I really think things have gotten pretty crazy when it comes down to this show. Not only are we looking at people who can manipulate the system, do things that clearly will put others in much worse spots at the end of the day, it doesn't really tell me who and why these people do these things. And I think that's ultimately why a lot of people might stick along that don't really care for the show. They want to know their motives. What put these characters in positions to be who they are today? And I think that's enticing to a lot of people because I myself don't necessarily need to see it, but usually it's guaranteed. And when you get something like that, it does make the pill a little bit easier to swallow, so to speak, right? Like, oh yeah, he was beat up as a kid, so he decided to beat up everybody else that he can because that, he doesn't want to feel like that anymore, so he's beating up other people. For these kids, the way they, oh, this is not good. The way they manipulate, the way that they push buttons, and the people that they're doing against, that's the stuff that, actually sucks for the rest of the people who came in here hoping for good, vibes and different stuff like that to happen and to occur, but that's the show. We have our big girl stepping up to the plate, talking her talk to this classy president. But the first thing I want to really touch on is notice whenever our main character he tries, right? What happens? Something always falls apart. And I think people are missing that notion of the story. I hope no one will pick up this show in season two and not really rewatch season one if you don't remember, or vice versa. Like, you should have definitely had some ideas of why every time he steps forward, every time he puts his best try out there, it fails. And this stems back to him needing to help the girl get to class A and stuff like that. Him needing to, the teacher was pretty much trying to snuff him out because of who she's under, right? So there's people she's working for and she's treating the kids her own way, and then those people are treating her a certain way, and there people behind them? Does it keep going, right? Like, there's always a top, and it seemingly stems from someone from his family or someone from this organization that was doing these testing that we get a little bit of an idea of, he's clearly an enhanced human in some way, shape, or form, or just whatever they did to him, it has put that much strain on his body that there's not much more left of him when it comes down to being, what most people would expect. I think he just naturally, like, as we saw him as a kid, he was just looking down at other kids that were crying, and he just kind of didn't care. He's just like, bro, why are you crying, bro? He's like, you guys are useless. As he always says, he will use people to his need, like, to means end. So there's a lot of dark things that have already kind of arisen in his mind that he's shown us. And I think that's what makes me the most curious about him in general. Just him being capable of still holding back this whole time. He goes against the class president in this race, and all of a sudden somebody falls in front of him, and that's why he didn't win? Or, like, that's closer to the reason why he doesn't win this race? Does the class president have anything to say about this, right? Like, was it someone, who else was in front of them at that point of them turning on the gas? It sounds like someone from outside fell. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things are what make the show interesting, and this is why. I hope y'all like, subscribe, and talk to me in the comments about anything else I did not go over, because your boy is running short on time, and I gotta get 3 videos out. And then start working and hopefully get it all out to Instagram and Twitter. So thank y'all so much for the support. I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.